Smart.
Yeah.
Okay, so here, as I tuck things under, watch what happens to the top. Here we go. Now, there you have basically a painting. Now, you've seen it at its beginning. You saw what you did with it, and you see what you can do later. So this is a form of correction. Now, the one thing you should understand, and you should get it from this, is you can't simply put any color on top of any color and get anything. You really have to think beforehand the palette you're going to use and where the dominant's going to be, and then rely on that. Now, I'm not talking about rules. I'm talking about the principle of visual psychology. They have no rules. In other words, if you want no tension, no thing, you put dark against dark. You have low contrast, you have very little movement. That's fine. Providing that there's order to the shapes you're using. The eye and the mind need some form of clarity. If they don't have it, it gets confused. And then they consider that you should be locked up or something. So you got to be careful. Now when this dries, you guys can start cutting it up. I can't hang them anymore. Too many students.
This looks great.
This is
I like to hang it around one of the poles outside. They won't let me.
it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Just twirl it around.
And you got all that booze and food, so everybody get drunk, you know?
This is my little treat. Oh, I know. Well, I love it, and I never
No,
buy it
because
because
here's,
it's,
see,
you know,
that's
it's
what I
like
was saying. If I use
$3.
black, it would start to look framed.
Yes.
I really enjoy it. No, it's
But
one of my
because we
favorite.
know
When I know
that
there's a
this
lot
is
of
white,
food, I
if
drink
that was
this,
black,
and
the
it
black
fills
should
me
work.
up.
Oh,
If that's
And
red,
then
red
I
should
don't eat
work.
as much.
See what I mean?
You said
Because
you
you
want
have
to
the
do that?
psychological
I'm not
sense
as
that you're
great
pulling
down.
something from someplace and pulling it to another.
I'm on this.
So it has a certain logic to it. Very simple stuff. Anything else? You guys know everything? What is this?
Good. I find a lot of the time underlayers of drawing provide some kind of structure, but it's completely covered with other stuff afterwards.
That's what happens. Now, the underlying of a drawing. Say, for example, if I'm like when you guys are trying to extract from the model, you approach it two ways. One, you put out a very simple contour of the drawing, and then you destroy it, thinking that you're getting an abstract concept. And sometimes that'll work, providing you keep elements of the planes of that figure there to help you organize, so that the chaotic moment will react to this.
Right. I mean, with all due respect to our models, it's not that interesting.
Well, yeah, that's because we've had the last couple models that were pretty rough. At the beginning of the year, we had great models.
Okay.
So this time of year, everybody suffers.
Okay.
It's May, you know, half the class is a long way.
Right. But what I find is like the understructure, then I stop looking at what was out there, and
Well,
then I just look at
there's a
what-
couple of ways to do it. You say the model tends to sit just like that. So you go over here and you draw, you go over there and you draw, you go over here and you draw, and then you take the drawing and work from it. You don't want to.
Right.
Now the other thing is I throw all that cloth up because those are big abstract shapes. You can use those.
Yes.
Then you can push the figure right here. So you gotta stimulate your imagination, let it happen. Do not expect the model to ever do your job. Ever. When I was a kid and the Bowery actually was the Bowery, a pretty dangerous place. When I first got here in the 60s, I would take my sketch pad and a bottle of whiskey and I would go draw the bums. Now, I was smart because as soon as I started drawing, they'd move. See what I mean? That way nobody threw anything.
Have you ever drawn in Germany?
Oh, yeah.
The drunks in Germany will not let go of their bottle even as they pass out. That's music.
Oh, no, you can't. That in their shoes.
No, but I just seen it. I was
Berlin's a great city, but it's for young people, I guarantee you. So as you notice, as you look at this, the eye can't start moving from end to end. In other words, you're not sitting at the flat surface anymore. Now, when you're looking at your own work, you don't fill just to fill. Sometimes you erase to try to get an avenue of your surface to play with what you're drawing. Because then you can cut that out, put it on colored paper, and move it to a whole other level. So you're looking for things to stimulate, and that'll come from whatever your efforts are. But accident alone won't do it, which I prove.